Becky Lynch shoots back at WWE critics, telling her to move over. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a scorching hot topic that's taken the WWE Universe by storm. Becky Lynch, the man, Big Time Becks, the former multi-time women's champion, is firing back at critics who say it's time for her to move over, step aside, and make way for the new generation. But Becky Lynch isn't going anywhere. She's here to stay, and she's got a lot to say. So buckle up, because we're breaking down the entire story, the backlash, the interviews, the behind-the-scenes reactions, and why Becky Lynch just reminded the world why she is still the face of women's wrestling in WWE. Let's get into it. The backlash starts. The controversy started slowly, but like wildfire, it spread across wrestling Twitter, Reddit threads, podcasts, and even mainstream sports media. Some fans and insiders began saying what many veterans fear, that it was time for Becky Lynch to move over. They claimed the women's division needed fresh faces: Jade Cargill, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez, and more, and that Becky's time had come and gone. Some critics even argued that Becky was holding back the division by always being inserted into the main storylines. It wasn't just the fans either. A few wrestling journalists chimed in with think pieces and opinion columns titled things like, "Is Becky Lynch still helping WWE's women's division or hurting it? Becky Lynch's star has dimmed. Is it time for a full-time exit?" Others made it more personal, saying that since becoming a mother, Becky had lost her edge and slowed down. Worse, some hinted that she was only still in the spotlight because of her husband, Seth Rollins. Harsh. Absolutely. Fair. Not exactly. Becky Lynch, a legacy built on fire. Before we get to Becky's response, let's remember who she is and what she's done. Becky Lynch didn't walk into WWE with a famous name or powerful connections. She grinded her way through the indies, worked as a flight attendant, and almost gave up wrestling after a career-threatening injury in her early 20s. But she came back, reinvented herself, and carved her legacy brick by brick. She was the first woman to ever win the main event of WrestleMania. She became the man in an era when women's wrestling was finally being taken seriously. She was one of the four horsewomen, along with Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Bayley, who revolutionized WWE's women's division. She didn't just ride the wave, she created it. And now people are telling her to step aside? Becky's not the kind of person to sit quietly when critics start writing her obituary. No. Becky Lynch is the kind of person who grabs a mic, looks straight into the camera, and sets the world on fire. The shoot interview that shocked everyone. Becky's response came on a podcast interview with a well-known wrestling personality, one that often gets wrestlers to open up and shoot from the hip. And shoot, she did. "I've heard all the noise," Becky said, cool and composed at first. "People saying I've lost it. People saying I should move over. That the division needs new blood. Well, let me make this real clear. I bled for this division before it was cool to care about women's wrestling." She didn't hold back. "I didn't fight my way to the top just to hand it over to someone who hasn't even earned it yet. I welcome competition. I welcome new stars. But don't tell me to move over until someone comes along who can take my spot. That's how this works." Boom. And it didn't stop there. I love that the women's division is full of hungry, talented women now. That's what we worked for. But I'm not here to be a stepping stone. I'm still a mountain that needs climbing. You want me out of the way? Climb. And good luck. The locker room reaction. The wrestling world exploded after the podcast went live. Social media blew up with support. #StillTheMan began trending on Twitter within hours. Inside the WWE locker room, reactions were mixed, but most wrestlers, especially those who've worked with Becky, stood by her. Bayley reportedly told insiders backstage, "Becky's just saying what we all feel. You don't get to the top by being handed things. You fight for it." Charlotte Flair posted a cryptic but telling tweet. "Legends aren't born. They're made. And they don't move aside until they're ready." Newcomers like Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria had a more reserved reaction. Sources say they respected Becky's honesty but were focused on proving themselves in the ring, not engaging in public drama. Even Seth Rollins, Becky's husband, chimed in during an Instagram live stream. "Anyone telling Becky to move over better bring a ladder. She's still at the top of the mountain." WWE officials respond. Behind the scenes, WWE officials were reportedly thrilled with the attention. One anonymous producer said, "This is the Becky Lynch we love. Passionate, real, raw. It's like 2018 all over again." Triple H is rumored to have told her. That promo was exactly what the industry needed. Keep being you. WWE even leaned into the drama, scripting Becky's next Raw appearance to echo her podcast comments. During a live promo, Becky stood in the center of the ring and said, "You want me to move over? Try moving me. I've been knocked down. I've been written off. And every single time, I've gotten back up and reminded you all who I am. I'm not just a superstar. I'm the man." The crowd erupted. Why Becky's still needed? Let's talk facts. WWE needs Becky Lynch right now more than ever. Ratings rise when she's featured in major storylines. She moves merchandise like nobody else in the women's division. And even when she's not chasing a title, her presence gives weight to any segment she's in. She helps elevate new talent, too. Just ask Liv Morgan. Ask Bianca Belair. Working with Becky sharpened their edge and gave them legitimacy. Becky's not blocking the division. She's building it, brick by brick, moment by moment. And let's not forget, she's still delivering bangers in the ring. Her match with Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 40? A masterclass in storytelling, grit, and emotion. A message to the critics. Becky has one message for her critics. If you want to see a changing of the guard, make it happen in the ring. Don't hide behind tweets. Don't whisper in hallways or write passive-aggressive articles. Step up and prove it. That's what Becky Lynch has always stood for, fighting, not whining. Competing, not complaining. No one tells Roman Reigns to move over. No one tells Seth Rollins to move over. But when a woman dominates for more than 5 years, suddenly she's in the way. Miss me with that. What's next for Becky? So what's next? WWE is planning to make her the centerpiece of a cross-brand storyline that could headline SummerSlam. But Becky's made one thing clear. Whether she's holding the gold or holding the mic, she's not going anywhere. She's still got the fire. She's still got the passion. And most importantly, she's still got the fans behind her. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Becky Lynch is still essential to WWE's women's division? Should she stay at the top, or is it time for her to take a step back? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more in-depth WWE stories, reactions, and fantasy bookings. Until next time, stay strong, stay loud, and remember, there's only one man in WWE.